Yo, listen up, because if you thought the streets were calm, you are dead wrong. Pooh Shiesty is back, and trust me, he's back bigger, louder, and messier than ever. After serving a long, grueling 4 years behind bars, the Memphis rapper has officially crashed back into the scene, and things are already spiraling out of control. Fans are shocked. Social media is going wild, and insiders are saying that the first 24 hours of his freedom have been pure chaos. Emotions ran high the moment he stepped out. Friends couldn't hold back tears. Haters were lurking around corners, and the family was left divided, questioning everything about loyalty, money, and trust. But here's where it gets even juicier. Sources say that on the very first night of his release, Pooh Shiesty pulled up to a private party that quickly turned into a full-blown showdown. Allegedly, old rivals who swore they were out of the game suddenly reappeared, and one heated argument almost turned violent before security had to step in. You heard that right, almost. And in true dramatic fashion, there are whispers that a secret betrayal from someone in his inner circle might have set the whole thing off. Some say it's money, some say it's love, some say it's revenge, but nobody is confirming anything yet. Now, social media is exploding. Clips are leaked, TikToks are trending. Fans are asking, is Pooh Shiesty the same man who left prison, or did the streets change him? And as the night went on, emotions ran even higher. Some close to him claim they've never seen him this fired up, this unfiltered, this ready to shake the rap world to its core. So buckle up, because what we're about to tell you is raw, uncut, and dripping with drama. This isn't just a comeback, it's a full-blown reality TV moment in real life. Trust me, you do not want to blink. As soon as Pooh Shiesty walked out of the prison gates, cameras flashed, phones were raised, and the energy was electric. Almost like the air itself had been waiting for him to breathe freedom again. Insiders say he looked different, sharper, more focused. And yet there was this edge to him, like the streets had left a mark that could never be erased. Fans who had been glued to social media for years swarmed outside, screaming his name, waving signs, and chanting lyrics from his old hits. Emotions ran high, some crying tears of joy, others shouting warnings as if sensing the storm about to hit. According to sources, his first hug outside was with his mother, who reportedly sobbed uncontrollably, whispering, "My baby is back," while he held her tight, barely speaking, just letting the moment soak in. Family members were around, but tensions were already bubbling under the surface. Apparently, some cousins and old associates had been arguing in whispers about money, loyalty, and whether Pooh Shiesty should trust the people who waited for him versus those who turned their backs during his time behind bars. The drama didn't stop there. Barely hours into his release, Pooh Shiesty reportedly threw an impromptu celebration at a downtown club, and what was supposed to be a private reunion quickly escalated into chaos. Sources inside the club claimed that an old rival, someone fans thought was long gone from the rap scene, appeared out of nowhere. Emotions ran high as eyes met across the room. Whispers turned into confrontations, and suddenly security was moving fast to prevent fists from flying. One witness allegedly told us, "It was like a powder keg. Everyone knew someone was about to snap. Pooh just stood there, calm at first, but you could see the fire in his eyes." Apparently, the confrontation didn't escalate physically that night, but the tension lingered. Videos started circulating online, blurry clips showing Pooh Shiesty leaning against the wall, nodding, looking around, a smirk playing on his lips that some interpreted as, "I know what's coming next." While fans were tweeting non-stop about his style, his comeback look, and the energy he was bringing, the real story was unfolding behind closed doors. Insiders say that during the celebration, there was a heated argument with someone from his inner circle. Apparently, it involved money that had been set aside while he was locked up. Some claim it was investments gone wrong. Others hint at betrayal tied to brand deals and record royalties. According to one source who spoke on condition of anonymity, Pooh confronted them, and you could feel the tension. Voices were raised, emotions were raw. Some people were begging, others were deflecting. It was ugly, real ugly. The argument reportedly lasted over an hour, with threats whispered, insults flying, and accusations of loyalty being tested in the most public way imaginable. Insiders say that at one point, someone even suggested that a portion of Pooh's earnings had been mishandled while he was gone, and the room fell silent, like a bomb had dropped. Meanwhile, outside the club, fans had started gathering in numbers no one anticipated. Some were chanting his name, Others were recording everything on their phones, trying to capture even a hint of drama. A few street-level sources claimed that a car pulled up outside with tinted windows. People whispering that it was connected to one of Pooh's old rivals. Emotions ran even higher as rumors spread that there might be an attempted confrontation outside, but security reportedly acted fast to prevent anything from getting out of hand. Social media exploded. TikTok videos, Instagram stories, and tweets started going viral within minutes, with captions like, "Pooh is back, and the streets are shaking," and "the reunion is more dangerous than we thought." Fans were shocked, some in awe, some worried about what was coming next. The family dynamics were also becoming increasingly complicated. Insiders say that some family members who had been distant during his time in prison suddenly appeared, trying to cash in on the attention and access, while others felt hurt or betrayed that Pooh hadn't reached out sooner. According to sources, a heated phone call reportedly happened between Pooh and one of his cousins, and voices were allegedly raised in a mix of anger and frustration. One insider said, "The family was left divided. You could feel it over text, in private messages, even during interviews. Some were happy he was back. Others were questioning his judgment. It's like no one knew who to trust anymore." The tension wasn't just personal, it was strategic. In the world of rap, loyalty and alliances can make or break careers, and insiders claim that Pooh Shiesty's return has thrown everyone into a whirlwind of calculations, some plotting, others praying. In the midst of this chaos, Pooh himself reportedly stayed calm, calculating, and at times almost playful. According to eyewitnesses, he was seen laughing with old friends, sipping on champagne. But every few minutes, his gaze would drift across the room, scanning, evaluating. It was like he was in the middle of a chess game, one source said. He wasn't just partying, he was watching, listening, understanding who was where, who was loyal, who had changed, who had sold out. It's a level of awareness that fans might not have expected, but insiders say it's part of why he's survived in the streets for so long. The tension continued to escalate over the next few days. A leaked video allegedly shows Pooh having a heated exchange with someone described only as the cousin who disappeared for years. Voices can be heard rising, threats being made, and the conversation ended abruptly with Pooh walking out of the room, slamming the door behind him. The family was left shaken, some crying, some angry, and insiders say that old wounds resurfaced in ways no one could have predicted. Fans online immediately started theorizing about what the argument was about, debating every word in the leaked clip. Some suggested it was a betrayal over money, others hinted at romantic drama or past grudges, while a few believed it had to do with alliances in the music industry. Whatever the truth, it added another layer to the whirlwind of his return. Meanwhile, on social media, Pooh Shiesty's interactions were equally dramatic. He reportedly liked posts from old friends, blocked others, and even engaged in direct messages with fans, some praising his return, others daring him to confront those who had wronged him. Insiders say that at one point he posted a cryptic story, showing nothing but a dark hallway and the caption, "Back in the game, nothing forgotten." Reactions were immediate, fans speculated, haters freaked out, and the rumor mill started running faster than ever. Some claimed it was a threat to rivals, others said it was a promise to allies, but everyone agreed on one thing. Pooh Shiesty was making it clear he was not the same man who left 4 years ago. And just when everyone thought the first week was dramatic enough, insiders claim a shocking twist occurred. Apparently, one of his closest friends, who had been by his side for years, allegedly leaked sensitive information to a rival. The family was reportedly furious, and Pooh was said to be eyeing people differently from that moment on. Emotions ran high, trust was broken, and according to sources, the atmosphere around him became electric, almost like everyone was waiting for the next explosive moment. Fans were shocked, not just by the leak itself, but by how it seemed to confirm rumors about betrayal that had been swirling since his release. Throughout all of this, Pooh Shiesty reportedly remained focused on his music. Insiders say he was in the studio within days, recording tracks that are described as raw, unfiltered, and full of references to his time away. One engineer allegedly said, "He's channeling everything, the pain, the betrayal, the rage, into the music. Every bar is like a story from the streets." Fans who got snippets online said it was even more intense than his earlier work, with emotions running high and tension practically dripping from the beats. The combination of family drama, street tension, and new music is reportedly creating the perfect storm for a comeback that no one saw coming. And just as part 1 of this wild return was wrapping up, insiders say Pooh had a private meeting with an unnamed figure in the rap industry. Whispers claim it was a reconciliation talk with someone who had publicly dissed him years ago. Emotions ran high, voices were low, and the room reportedly shook with tension, not with sound, but with the weight of what could happen next. Fans online immediately began speculating. Would this be a new alliance, or a setup for another explosive feud? Only time would tell, but part 1 of Pooh Shiesty's comeback story had already proven one thing. The streets are watching, the family is watching, the fans are watching, and nobody knows what's coming next. As soon as the news about the private meeting leaked, the internet exploded. Fans were speculating non-stop about who could possibly be sitting across from Pooh Shiesty. Some claimed it was a former rival trying to make peace. Others swore it was someone from his old label trying to manipulate him. Insiders say Pooh walked into the room calm, collected, but his eyes betrayed a storm brewing inside. The tension was so thick that even the air seemed to shake. Reportedly, the conversation started casually, with polite greetings, handshakes, and smiles. But within minutes, voices rose. Emotions ran high, and the room turned electric. According to one source, Pooh was listening, nodding, but every word they said seemed to make him sharper, colder. You could feel that he was plotting his next move. The family reportedly got wind of the meeting, and as expected, the house was divided. Some called it a smart move, others saw it as a dangerous risk. The drama didn't stop with industry politics. Insiders claim that during the second week of his freedom, Pooh's old crew confronted him about past grievances. Apparently, a heated argument broke out over money that was allegedly promised to friends before he went to prison but never delivered. One friend was quoted as saying, "We stayed loyal, we held it down, and now he acts like nothing happened." Emotions ran high, voices got louder, and reportedly, at one point, someone even stormed out slamming the door. Pooh, according to sources, didn't chase them. Instead, he stayed calm, texting quietly, making phone calls, and observing, which insiders say made the crew even angrier. Social media picked up on leaked snippets of conversations, and fans were shocked by the intensity of the disputes. Some were crying out for peace. Others seemed thrilled by the chaos. The drama was becoming impossible to ignore. Rumors also started circulating about a secret betrayal that had been brewing even before his release. Allegedly, someone from Pooh's inner circle had been feeding information to a rival label, and the news reached him just as he was trying to rebuild. Insiders say the betrayal hit him hard, but Pooh's reaction was unexpected. Instead of lashing out, he reportedly started plotting subtle moves, creating alliances with unexpected figures, and sending messages to old rivals, testing loyalty. Emotions ran high across the board. Friends were nervous, family was anxious, and fans couldn't stop tweeting about the silent war happening behind the scenes. One source said, "Pooh is smart now. He's not just about fighting in the streets. He's fighting with strategy, and that makes everyone around him anxious." The tension reached another level when Pooh Shiesty reportedly decided to host a private family dinner to address ongoing disputes. Insiders say the atmosphere was tense from the start. His mother tried to mediate, tears flowing as she begged everyone to calm down. Cousins argued about old promises. Friends whispered accusations, and Pooh sat at the head of the table, silent for long stretches, observing. According to one source, he finally spoke, and it was like dropping a bomb in the room. He called out betrayals, questioned loyalties, and basically told everyone they had one chance to prove themselves. Emotions ran high. Some cried, some yelled, some just froze. Fans who later saw leaked audio clips online were shocked by how personal and raw the conversation was. Some even speculated that the dinner marked the beginning of a larger plan Pooh had been keeping under wraps. Meanwhile, the social media storm kept intensifying. Insiders claim that during this period, Pooh started posting cryptic messages online, seemingly directed at his enemies and his allies alike. One story allegedly showed a dark street with the caption, "Everyone gets their turn." Fans immediately theorized, was it a warning, a promise, or just hype for his upcoming music? The post went viral within minutes, with reactions ranging from fear to excitement. Some fans were shocked, claiming he was signaling a new era of dominance, while others worried that tensions could escalate into violence. Sources say Pooh was fully aware of the effect his online presence had, using it as a tool to keep everyone guessing. In the midst of all this, insiders say that one particularly explosive moment occurred when a former rival tried to reach out publicly, seemingly to make peace. Reportedly, Pooh's team leaked that the meeting was set up, and emotions ran high as fans speculated online. According to one insider, the rival thought it was going to be friendly. Pooh showed up with his eyes open, listening, testing, probing. It wasn't about peace. It was about power, respect, and making sure everyone knew who was in charge. The tension spread to social media, with heated debates breaking out in comment sections and live streams. Fans were shocked at the calculated nature of the interactions, some praising him for intelligence, others calling it cold and ruthless. But the drama wasn't just about rivals and social media. Family conflicts continued to heat up. Insiders claim that one cousin, frustrated with being sidelined in recent days, allegedly threatened to leak private information that could damage Pooh's reputation. The family was left divided, some defending Pooh, others questioning motives. Reportedly, Pooh confronted the cousin privately. Emotions ran high, and words were exchanged that left some family members crying while others were angry. Sources say this was one of the first times fans truly saw a more aggressive, protective side of Pooh outside of the studio, and the leaked snippets caused another viral frenzy. Amidst all the chaos, music continued to be at the center of his comeback. Sources claim that in the studio, Pooh was dropping bars that directly addressed betrayals, loyalty, family disputes, and rivalries. Insiders describe the energy as electrifying, raw, and dangerous. One engineer said, "He's not just spitting verses, he's telling a story of survival, power, and revenge. You can feel the tension in every track." Fans who caught snippets online claimed it was the most authentic work they had ever heard from him, combining personal pain with street wisdom. Social media buzzed with hashtags like Pooh come back, "You real recognize real," and #streets never forget, showing how fans were fully invested in every twist of his journey. Another shocking twist reportedly happened when one of Pooh's old friends publicly accused him of forgetting those who stayed loyal while he was locked up. Insiders say Pooh was furious but handled it strategically, reportedly sending private messages to several key figures to clarify loyalty, plan responses, and assert control. Emotions ran high on all sides, as social media users debated the authenticity of the accusations. Fans were shocked, with some defending Pooh, others calling out the friend, and the discussion spreading across multiple platforms. Reportedly, this incident only made Pooh more determined to control the narrative and assert dominance in both the streets and online spaces. The first 2 weeks of his freedom reportedly climaxed with another high-stakes encounter. Insiders claim that a group of old rivals attempted to confront him at a public location. Reportedly, Pooh was aware of the move before it happened, and sources say he arrived with his team, calm but alert. Emotions ran high, security was tight, and the confrontation, according to insiders, almost exploded into violence before Pooh reportedly diffused it with words, not fists. Fans were shocked, speculating whether this was a show of strength, a warning, or both. The situation was tense, and videos circulating online only added fuel to the fire. With Pooh Shiesty solidifying his position, confronting betrayals, handling family disputes, navigating rivals, and creating a social media storm, leaving fans on edge and wondering what explosive move he will make next. The streets, the family, and the internet were all watching. Emotions ran high and nobody knew what to expect. But everyone agreed Pooh Shiesty's comeback had officially entered a new, dangerous phase. The tension was reaching a boiling point as Pooh Shiesty continued to navigate his first month of freedom. Insiders say that during this period, he began reconnecting with old friends and collaborators. But the reunions were far from smooth. Allegedly, one close associate tried to question Pooh's choices since leaving prison, hinting that he had changed too much and might not be the same street king he once was. Emotions ran high, voices were raised, and according to sources, Pooh shut down the conversation with a stare so intense that even longtime friends reportedly felt uncomfortable. "He's not the same guy you remember," one insider said. "He's sharper, colder, and smarter. Everyone is trying to catch up, but he's always 3 steps ahead." Fans online were already picking up on this shift, noticing cryptic posts, vague comments, and snippets of lyrics that seemed to address the people closest to him. Speculation ran wild with theories about loyalty, revenge, and upcoming projects flooding social media timelines. The drama intensified when reports surfaced about a possible dispute over a business deal that had been left unresolved during his time in prison. According to sources, Pooh was allegedly promised a share of a major brand collaboration, but when he returned, he discovered that some partners had moved forward without him. Insiders claimed that he called an emergency meeting with the team involved. Emotions ran high, and accusations were thrown around like daggers. Reportedly, one individual even shouted, "We kept everything going while you were locked up. Now you act like you own it all." Pooh's response, according to multiple sources, was calm but icy. "I never forget who's loyal and who's fake. Don't make this personal, or you'll regret it." Fans were shocked by the leaked snippets, debating whether this was a normal business dispute or another layer of betrayal in the ongoing saga. Family drama was reaching its own crescendo. Insiders claim that during a late-night visit to his mother's house, Pooh had a confrontation with a cousin who had been openly critical of his lifestyle choices since his release. Voices reportedly rose, emotions ran high, and one insider said, "The family was divided. Some were crying, begging for calm. Others were furious, arguing that Pooh had changed too much." Sources close to Pooh say that he managed to turn the confrontation into a lesson, calling everyone together and reminding them of the importance of loyalty, respect, and strategy. Still, the tension didn't completely dissipate. Fans online reportedly debated whether Pooh was trying to unite the family or subtly asserting dominance, and hashtags related to the feud began trending across social media. Just when things seemed like they might settle, a shocking twist emerged. Insiders claimed that an old rival who had been laying low for years suddenly appeared at a private event where Pooh was attending. Emotions ran high instantly. Reportedly, security had to step in multiple times as whispers turned into shouts and heated words were exchanged. One source said, "It was a chess game. Pooh wasn't reckless, but he made it clear that he wasn't backing down." The rival realized he miscalculated. Fans online immediately picked up leaked video clips, some cheering for Pooh's strategic calm, others worried that a full-blown confrontation could explode at any moment. The music side of the story was equally dramatic. Insiders claim that in the studio, Pooh was recording tracks that were rumored to directly address betrayals, family disputes, and rivalries, but with an added layer of vengeance. Reportedly, one engineer said, "Every bar is loaded with references. Every verse hits hard. You can feel the tension and the pain. It's like he's telling the world exactly what happened in his absence." Fans who got snippets claimed the tracks were emotionally charged, raw, and shocking in their honesty, and many speculated that Pooh's upcoming album could be his most explosive work yet. Social media exploded with speculation, memes, and theories about every line, every beat, and every hint of drama captured in the recordings. During this period, insiders claim that Pooh also started plotting moves that some say are calculated to shake both the industry and the streets. Reportedly, he was quietly meeting with former rivals, old friends, and even critics, testing loyalty, negotiating alliances, and subtly sending warnings. One insider said, "He's playing 4D chess. Everyone thinks it's random drama, but he's controlling the narrative, controlling who moves and who stays out." Fans online were shocked at the sophistication of his strategy, with some praising his intelligence, others fearing the consequences of such calculated power moves. Reportedly, tension ran high, not just among rivals, but also within his own circle, as people scrambled to understand their place in his new plans. Family feuds reportedly escalated further when a leaked text exchange revealed an ongoing dispute about money, loyalty, and public image. Insiders say that one cousin had openly criticized Pooh on social media, claiming he had forgotten the people who had stayed loyal during prison. Emotions ran high, and reportedly Pooh responded privately, expressing disappointment and warning that loyalty would be tested. Fans online immediately reacted, some shocked at the personal nature of the dispute, others captivated by the public unfolding of private family drama. Insiders say that Pooh's handling of the situation only added to his mystique, solidifying his position as both a family protector and a strategic mastermind. Another unexpected twist reportedly came when a former collaborator tried to publicly challenge Pooh on social media. Sources claim Pooh responded indirectly through lyrics, cryptic posts, and private messages. Emotions ran high among both fans and the people involved, with rumors spreading like wildfire. Insiders say that Pooh's response was calculated, meant to assert dominance without triggering unnecessary conflict. But the effect was immediate. Fear, respect, and curiosity all ran high in equal measure. Social media lit up. Fans were shocked and the rumor mill went into overdrive, debating every possible interpretation of his posts and lyrics. The culmination of this period reportedly involved a high-profile encounter at a private studio session. Insiders claim that a former rival attempted to confront Pooh. Emotions ran high immediately, and the tension was so thick that security had to step in multiple times. According to one source, Pooh didn't flinch. He was calm, collected, and in control. He let words do the talking, and by the end of it, the rival knew the game had changed. Fans online immediately started sharing clips, commenting on the shift in power and speculating on what would happen next. Reportedly, this encounter solidified Pooh's dominance in his circle, both musically and personally, leaving everyone wondering how far he was willing to go. As Part 3 comes to a close, insiders say that Pooh Shiesty has firmly established himself as the center of a storm that includes family drama, rivalries, social media chaos, and highly charged music projects. Emotions ran high on all sides. Loyal friends, wary family members, and nervous rivals, and fans were left in suspense, watching every post, every video, and every rumor unfold. The streets, the studio, and social media all seemed to orbit around him, and one thing was clear. Pooh Shiesty's comeback was no longer just a return. It was a full-blown takeover. The streets were buzzing like never before as Pooh Shiesty's comeback entered its most intense phase. Insiders say that during this time, he began consolidating power in ways that left both friends and rivals on edge. Allegedly, he called a secret meeting with some of his oldest allies, the kind of gathering that made people wonder if a major announcement was coming. Emotions ran high from the start. One source said everyone was nervous. You could feel it in the room. Pooh walked in calm, but you could see the fire in his eyes. Reportedly, he addressed past betrayals, clarified loyalties, and made it very clear who he trusted and who was on probation. According to insiders, even longtime friends who thought they knew him were shocked by his level of control and the precision of his plan. Rumors of another high-profile confrontation surfaced around the same time. Sources claim that a former rival who had been lingering in the background for months suddenly appeared at a public venue where Pooh was shooting a music video. Emotions ran high instantly. Fans who witnessed the scene online reportedly described shouts, tense stares, and whispered threats, while Pooh allegedly remained calm, letting his body language speak louder than words. One insider said, he didn't have to fight. His presence alone was enough to shift the energy. Everyone knew the rules had changed. Social media exploded, with fans dissecting every clip and theorizing about whether a full-blown feud was about to erupt. Fans were shocked, and hashtags like Pooh Takeover and For Streets Alert were trending within hours. Streets Alert were trending within hours. The family drama also reached a new level of intensity. Insiders say that Pooh's cousin, who had previously criticized him publicly, tried to escalate the situation by leaking personal conversations to the media. Reportedly, the family was divided. Some supported Pooh, while others began questioning his actions. Sources claim that Pooh decided to handle the situation privately, arranging a family meeting where emotions ran high and voices were raised. Allegedly, Pooh didn't hold back, addressing betrayals, reaffirming loyalty, and laying down rules for everyone. Fans who got wind of the meeting said the leaked audio sounded like a mix of therapy session and courtroom drama. Reportedly, tears were shed, apologies made, but tension lingered, leaving fans on edge and glued to every social media update. Meanwhile, in the music scene, Pooh's energy was reaching a fever pitch. Insiders claim that in studio sessions, he was dropping tracks that were more aggressive and personal than anything he had released before. Reportedly, some of the lyrics directly referenced past prison experiences, betrayal by friends, family disputes, and rivalries. Engineers described the atmosphere as intense, raw, and almost electric. Fans who managed to hear snippets online were shocked, with some praising the authenticity and others warning that he was venturing into dangerous territory. Reportedly, social media went into overdrive, with hashtags like Our Pooh Comeback and Real Recognize Real trending globally, reflecting the widespread fascination with his every move. The drama took another unexpected turn when insiders claim that a former associate, previously thought to be neutral, openly challenged Pooh on social media. Allegedly, Pooh responded subtly with cryptic posts and indirect lyrics that seemed to call out the person without naming them. Emotions ran high among followers, friends, and rivals as everyone tried to decode the meaning behind his posts. Sources say this was a calculated move by Pooh to assert dominance without direct confrontation, and fans were shocked at how effectively he controlled the narrative. Reportedly, this incident only strengthened his mystique and reinforced the perception that he was a strategic mastermind, capable of influencing both the streets and social media simultaneously. Insiders also claim that Pooh used this time to solidify alliances with surprising figures in the industry. Reportedly, he met with former rivals, managers, and even critics, not to fight, but to establish mutual respect and loyalty. Emotions ran high during these meetings, with old grudges surfacing and disappearing just as quickly. Sources say that Pooh's calm demeanor combined with subtle threats and promises made everyone in the room reassess their positions. Fans online were shocked to see the extent of his influence, debating whether he was using charm, intimidation, or genius-level strategy. Hashtags like Pooh Power Play and Barnum Streets Mastermind began trending, highlighting the fascination with his every move. As the weeks progressed, insiders claim that the tension peaked when Pooh allegedly confronted someone from his past who had repeatedly tried to undermine him. Reportedly, the encounter was planned in a neutral location, with security tight and emotions running high. One source said Pooh didn't shout, he didn't hit anyone. He simply laid out the facts, called out lies, and made it clear that loyalty and respect were mandatory. Fans who later saw clips online were shocked at his control and presence, some calling it a masterclass in dominance without violence. Allegedly, the person confronted left visibly shaken, and the streets took notice immediately. Family drama reportedly took another twist when a long-lost relative, previously absent from the story, surfaced with claims that they had been wronged financially during Pooh's prison time. Emotions ran high during private discussions, and insiders say that heated arguments broke out. Tears were shed and ultimatums were issued. Reportedly, Pooh handled the situation with his usual calculated calm, offering a resolution while simultaneously asserting authority. Fans online were shocked by the personal nature of the disputes and the insight into Pooh's private life, sparking a wave of speculation about loyalty, money, and family dynamics. Hashtags related to the feud spread like wildfire across social media. Another explosive moment allegedly occurred when a former rival attempted to sabotage one of Pooh's public appearances. Insiders claim that Pooh was prepared, emotions ran high on all sides, and security had to intervene to prevent a physical altercation. Reportedly, Pooh used a combination of words, body language, and strategy to assert control without escalation. Fans were shocked by his composure, praising his intelligence while some feared the underlying tensions could erupt into a more serious conflict.